Hello everyone, in this video we're going to draw Snoopy. Start by drawing a circle as a guide for the head. An easy way to draw a circle is to first sketch a couple of guidelines. Draw a vertical line to determine the circle's height. Halfway on the line, make a small mark. Extend the mark sideways to create a long horizontal line. You're basically creating a big plus sign. Make a couple of small marks on the tips of the vertical line to indicate the top and bottom edges of the circle. Make a couple more small marks on the tips of the horizontal line to indicate the sides of the circle. Draw the marks so that they're equal in distance to the middle of the plus sign. Now connect the small marks using curved lines to finish the shape of the circle. Sketch lightly at first so that it's easy to erase if you make a mistake. Also, pause the video as you follow along to draw at your own pace. On the right side of the circle, make a small mark for the first part of the muzzle. Connect the small mark to the circle using curved lines to create the guide for the muzzle. Pay attention to the size of this guide in relation to the circle. Below the head, draw a smaller circle as a guide for the body. Use the 4 marks method to draw this circle too. First, make 4 small marks to indicate the sides of the circle, and then connect the marks using curved lines to finish the shape of the circle. You can draw the plus sign again to make it easier. This circle should be about 1/3 the size of the head circle. Connect the small circle to the head using curved lines to create the guide for the neck. The shape of the neck should be thin. On the right side of the body, draw a small circle as a guide for the hand. Draw a couple of long curved lines to create the guide for the arm. On the right side, draw a small square for a present that Snoopy will be holding. Draw 2 horizontal lines for the top and bottom of the square and close off the shape on the right using a vertical line. And that's it for the guidelines. Now let's start on the final drawing. Inside the head, lightly sketch 2 small ovals for the eyes. Place the eyes below the horizontal construction guide and close to the right edge of the circle. Draw short lines over the eyes so that each eye is similar to the number 6. Shade in the ovals. Above the eyes, draw 2 short horizontal lines for the eyebrows. Inside the muzzle, draw a small oval for the nose. Draw the nose in the middle of the muzzle. Below the nose, draw a line that curves to the left for the mouth. Follow the basic path of the guide as you draw this line. The left tip of this line should be inside of the head. Draw a short line on the left side for a smile line. Now darken the rest of the guide to complete the shape of the muzzle. At the top, curve the line up toward the edge of the circle. Draw a long diagonal line across the head circle for the first part of the hat. This line should cross the middle of the plus sign. Higher up, draw another diagonal line for the trim on the hat. This line should be close to the top of the head circle. On the right side, draw a wavy line along the path of the circle for the front of the hat. Close off the shape on the bottom left side using another wavy line. Draw a couple of short curved lines inside the shape for texture. At the top, draw a line that curves to the left for the top part of the hat. Draw the line along the basic path of the initial circle and make it wavy. On the left side, draw a line that's similar to the letter Y for the fold on the hat. Close off the shape on the left side using a vertical line to create the folded tip of the hat. At the bottom, draw a circle that's made up of angled lines for the fluffy tip of the hat. Use curved lines as you draw the shape to create texture. Below the hat on the left side, draw a long curved line for the ear. The ear should be similar to a big letter U. Darken the lines below the head to create the neck. Add a short horizontal line on the neck for the collar. Darken the sloping lines to the right of the neck to create the arm. Now draw a series of short curved lines around the edges of the circle to create the fingers on the hand. Each finger should be similar to a small arc. Use the circle at the bottom as a guide to draw the back portion of the body. Make the bottom of the body slightly wider than the circle. Draw a curved line along the left edge for the spot on his back. On the bottom left side, draw a long thin shape for the tail. Below the arm, draw a big circle for the foot. Draw the circle to the left of the square. Add a few vertical lines within the shape for the bottom of the foot. Draw a short line to the left for the top of the leg. On top of the square, draw a small bow using a few curved lines. First, draw an oval for the knot on the bow. On top of the knot, draw a couple of arcs for the rest of the bow. Draw a couple of short lines for the folds on the bow. Darken the square to create the rest of the present. Draw a couple of vertical lines inside the shape for the ribbon on the present. At the top, draw a short sloping line for the visible part of the other arm. And that's it for Snoopy. Now go over the final lines with permanent ink, erase the guides, and color your drawing. The next few steps are sped up so that the video isn't too long, but make sure that you go over your final line slowly and carefully to avoid any accidents. For more tutorials like this one, please visit EasyDrawingTutorials.com. Let me know in the comments what else you want to see me draw. Don't forget to leave a like and to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep drawing.